What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to this week's trading recap. I'm going to break down the two trades that I took this week. Of course, we did have a holiday on Monday, so no trading Monday. I didn't take a trade on Tuesday. I took a trade on Wednesday and on Thursday, and then I actually didn't take a trade on Friday, but I should have. So I'll go through all of that. But let's get right into this week's first trade. Okay, so this was first trade I took this week was on Wednesday. I think pretty much everyone in the ICT community took this one. It was a very, very obvious setup. But let's go right to the higher time frame. So starting off on the higher time frame, quick turn that back on. Above, we had a very, very obvious draw being the new week opening gap, as well as, these two relative equal highs. We got a 4-hour intermediate high here, and then obviously a high really close to it, relative equal highs. And then going into the day, we had swept out significant sell side here while respecting these 4-hour fair value gaps. So we swept out these, and then we were displacing higher. So entering the day, of course, this is the 1-hour candle from 8 to 9, so it shows all the price action, but the candle was probably about right here. Like, it was clearly inversing it. It was like obvious sweep of liquidity, clear displacement higher. Entering the day, I was just looking for a continuation long. Now, entering the day, it was super, super obvious. When market opened, this is what it looked like. It was just, it was super obvious. I was looking for a tap of this 15-minute and then go long. Super simple. And what did we do? Market open, we made a move down into it, didn't really do much. We didn't really displace out of it. We kind of chopped around for a second. And then we got a clean and clear resweep right here. Turn this back off. We got a clean, made a move up, resweep of the low right here. Tapping, still in the 15-minute fair value gap. And then we were looking for a long setup. I entered, there's this 1-minute IFVG right here. I entered long, targeting. We had a 1-hour fair value gap right here, which I was bullish towards. Obviously, all the high time frame draws here, the new week opening gap being the most significant because that is an absolute magnet to price. But we also had these relative equal highs here. But at the same time, it's still a 1-hour fair value gap. So I was just looking for the low hanging fruit because price could absolutely just reverse off the 1-hour and we could trade back to the new week opening gap another day. So that was what I was looking to target. Anyways, enter on this one. Now, we did actually have an SMT here at the 15-minute. On ES, we never actually tapped into it, so that's a good thing. It's an SMT. SMT was clean here. But yeah, it was super, super simple, super clean. Got clear and obvious displacement in the V-shape recovery, which is exactly what I've been looking for. And then I was going to go break even at this high, but I figured that was kind of more of an arbitrary level. And so I decided to go break even here. And then actually, ES, you can see SMT here with my break-even level. ES actually took out the break-even level here. So with, again, that being a potential place that price could sweep liquidity or could reverse off of, I went break-even there. And then we did displace higher. Right here, I actually closed my position because ES hit the 1-hour fair value gap. And again, price can totally reject off of that. So with my trade being already break even and above 1-to-1, actually, I just closed it. Super simple. It's exactly what my strategy says. So super, super obvious on this one. This was the most free setup I've ever seen. I think pretty much everyone in the ICT community took it. Of course, there was Trump speaking at this point, but honestly, you can always find something wrong about any trade. Like, you could say, yeah, Trump was speaking. You could just say the word China and it would just go straight down. But, I mean, I think it's worth taking a shot at. So, yeah, that was Wednesday. Absolute banger of a setup. Not really any lessons that I'd say on this one because it was super, super clean. But it was just nice to see my strat play out super, super well. Obviously, with January being kind of the worst price action I've ever traded. But, yeah, anyways, enough yapping. Let me get into Thursday. Okay, so getting right into Thursday, here's the trade that I took. It did unfortunately lose, but let's get right to the higher time frames and I'll explain why I took it. So starting out on the higher time frame on the 4-hour, entering the day, I was leaning bullish. Why? We had filled the new week opening gap and we were displacing higher, and we had a clear 4-hour fair value gap higher as the next draw of liquidity. At market open, I was pretty much looking for a sweep of this low or tapping into pretty much any like 15-minute or higher high time frame fair value gap to take us higher. Like it's clear that we're respecting bullish and we're going higher. So I had a couple marked out. I had this 15, this 15. Obviously this low, I was looking for it because it was a 1 hour intermediate low. And then I had this 1 hour right here as well. Anything past that, I figured if we displace lower, we'd probably go for this 4 hour intermediate low. And so, yeah, that was what I was looking for entering the day. All right, market open, we just displaced lower. We did have red folder news at 9 a.m. So I was going to be very, very cautious of that. I know a lot of people probably got boned on this long right here, but to be honest, the reason I didn't take it was the highest time frame in the leg was, I believe, this 5 minute right here. Yeah, I was looking for this 5 minute, which is my strat. It's the highest time frame for value gap in the leg to get inversed, and so therefore I didn't take that one. And then yeah, so we just displaced lower. We displaced lower at 9 a.m. at the 9 a.m. candle closure. Can't talk. At 9 a.m. at that candle closure, we inversed this 1 hour right here. And then obviously these 15 minutes here. And so at this point I was like, whoa, this is a fat retracement. We should go to this low right here. That was what I was looking for. So when we got down here, we kind of started chopping around. And so I was looking for just a continuation short at this point because it was clear and obvious to me that the market was just trending down. It wasn't a liquidity sweep. It was just a move down. Now, unfortunately, I was wrong, but this is why I took the trade. We had relative equal lows here. It looked like at least if we were going to go higher, we should resweep that. So what happened? Market obviously was just chopping around there. Then we had this 15-minute bearish fair value gap get formed. And so we went up, we tapped it right here, and then we got a big displacement lower. I didn't take that one. The highest time frame was a 30-second, and the RR was just so bad that there was no shot I was taking that. And then we made a big move up here and then displaced lower through the highest time frame fair value gap, which was this 2 minute right here. And this gave pretty good RR. I had a clear break even level here, and then obviously this low is here. Just to like give myself draws, there was like a 5 minute that was really, really close. So I was definitely looking for price to at least take out this low if we were going to go long. So super unfortunate on that one because clean and clear displacement. I know a lot of traders that took this exact same setup. I'm not mad about it. The lesson that I took from it though is that quick play out how the rest of the day went. Yeah, it pretty much just turned into just a buy model. Here we just went down, retraced on the high time frame, and then made a move higher. But yeah, the reason I think this one failed and the lesson that I'm going to take away from this is we were in a high time frame retracement. If we were going to be bearish, we should inverse this 1 hour right here. And even though we had inversed this one, we were still obviously just like retracing for the higher time frame because it was so bullish overall. Maybe it just wasn't as high probability to take a short when we're sitting in a bullish 1 hour, when it's like the last PD array fair value gap that should be respected if we're going to be going long. And so maybe next time I could wait for a little bit more confirmation. But as far as the setup point, it was super mechanically correct. Top of the 15-minute resweep of that. Obviously, you can see it reswept this high, and then strong displacement lower with a clear and obvious A+ draw liquidity. So yeah, that's what I took on Thursday. A really good lesson from that because if we're just obviously respecting the opposite side, like if I'm looking for shorts, I would want us to be respecting bearish and clearly disrespecting bullish, which is what like I thought was happening, but we did end up we were just sitting in the bullish 1 hour. So that is it for Thursday. I'll learn from that and go forward from that with a little bit more knowledge now. So let's get right into Friday. Okay, so getting into Friday, the one trade that I actually faded that I regret that I didn't take that lost. This is the setup. I'll explain it in just a second, but let's go straight to the higher time frames first. Okay, going to the higher time frames, it was pretty much just chopping on the higher time frame. We still obviously had this 4 hour above and this 1 hour above, and then relative equal highs here. But at the same time, we had relative equal lows here. And so with that, it was pretty conflicted. We had displaced through these bullish 1 hours, inversing them, but didn't take out the sell side. and then we were obviously moving up. This is the 7 to 8 o'clock candle, but yeah, so entering the day, it was pretty much neutral, but I was leaning more bullish. We did have, turn the drawings back on. We did have an SMT here with this low. Yes, did sweep out this low, and Q didn't. So that could be a reason that we didn't go for this low or this low. But yeah, so entering the day, I was pretty neutral. I was very patient. I really didn't want to force anything. Really didn't. It just didn't seem clear at market open which way we were going to be going because of how the higher time frame looked. So yeah, going into the day, neutral, leaning bullish. But setup that I was looking for, I actually have a screenshot of what I was looking for at market open. This was took a screenshot of my setup. So I was pretty much looking for a sweep of this low or just a continuation long. So yeah, that was what I was looking for. Price ended up just chopping around. We did have 8:45 and 9 a.m. news, so I was very careful to stay away from that. And then yeah, we just started displacing up. So what did we do? We did hit the 1 hour fair value gap here. And at this point, yeah, I was leaning bullish, but I was looking for not a tap of the top 5 minute here. I was looking for a 5 minute continuation because we did still have really good draws of liquidity being relative equal highs and previous day high with the 4 hour fair value gap above it. So yeah, that was the setup I was looking for, but I was also looking for a tap. I was looking for a tap into this more discounted 5 minute, which is what my strat says. So what happened? We moved down. We kind of chopped around for a minute, and then yeah, we tapped into this 5 minute right here, and I should have taken this trade. I'm going to explain why, because I need to take this next time. Turn that off. Okay. So why should I have taken this trade? Because yeah, NQ didn't tap into this more discounted 5 minute, but ES did. So it's like completing the objective of tapping into the more discounted one. So now NQ doesn't theoretically have to. So yes, I should have taken this one. I'm disappointed that I didn't. Now, why didn't I? When this trade setup was happening, I did see the SMT, and I did see the clean 1 minute IFVG right here. But literally everything inside of me was saying, Nate, don't take this trade. I have no idea why. I still don't know. I have theories as to why. Maybe I was just like, oh, when we tap a 5 minute and immediately displace out with not a huge retracement here, yeah, those usually get reswept. Or we were printing a, what the heck? What the hell? The hell? Yeah, right. We were printing a 15-minute bullish fair value gap below it, and so my stop loss would have been at low resistance liquidity, being like the 15-minute could easily resweep it and then go. But yeah, I just didn't take it. I need to take this one next time. I'm gonna be very strict with this one. Yeah, even though it lost, I still wish I had taken it. But yeah, this one was just super unfortunate. I know a lot of people in the ICT community got boned on this one because it's literally stop rated everyone and then like reswept it and then ran to the draw of liquidity higher. But yeah, so after the resweep, and since I wasn't in this one, the highest time frame I am okay with taking is a 30-second, and there was no 30 seconds here. Highest time frame was a 15-second, and that is not where I'm at right now. So lesson learned, I need to be taking these because my confluences were there, the draw of liquidity was there. There was an SMT here with ES tapping the more discounted 5 minute, which is what my strategy says. So I need to be better about this. I need to take this L because it's what gives my strategy a winning statistic is the losses help with the wins. So yeah, that was Friday. I guess I'm fortunate that I didn't take this one and lose a little bit of capital, but at the same time, I should have taken it because it's my strategy. So yeah, that was trading this week. One win, one loss, and then obviously didn't take this one. But yeah, let's get right into the overall weekly overview. Okay, so Monday was a bank holiday, but what did I do right? Pretty much this week I was patient, and I'm really happy with that. I focused on having my own conviction. The winning trade setup I took, the Discord guy who I watch didn't take that one, and I took that one on my own conviction, so I'm super happy about that. On Friday, I faded a setup that was technically my strategy, which isn't good because I really need to take that next time. And then I did do a back testing session. I'll quickly explain. I did a back testing session over the weekend where I pretty much took V-shaped reactions, not even inverse fair value gaps, but literally V-shaped reactions with zero context. Like literally didn't even look at the higher time frame, and the win rate is crazy. Now the reason I say that is because the V shape is exactly what I'm looking for as the signature and price for my inverses, and so that was really good because it gives me a bit of confidence that, you know, if we get the V-shaped reaction with a lot of displacement that inverses a fair value gap, that's exactly my signature and price. That's exactly what I need to be going for. So just a small thing. Overall, what did I do right? I improved in having my own conviction. I confidently took the 2 trade setups that I did take, and I didn't do anything stupid. I stuck to my strategy and I improved on it. What did I do wrong? I messed up on not taking the trade Friday. And what will I do next week? I'll continue doing exactly what I've been doing and staying confident in it. Boys, you have no idea how excited I am for regular price action. You know, I feel like I would be cooking with where my mind's at and where my strategy's at and my confidence if this was like June or something like that. Any month other than January. I know literally everyone is saying that they're getting fricked in January. So, yeah, but anyways, thanks boys for watching this week's trading recap. I hope you guys didn't get too boned this month. Hopefully next week goes better for us. Yeah, comment down below if there's anything you learned this week. Maybe you can share that with me. And I'll see you boys next week. Peace out.